guys, I'm back. It's Lena. It is me. I'm back. Lena Harvey, the face of Sickle Cell Indiana. Last Monday, you guys, I had the honor and the pleasure of serving as your hostess and committee co-chair for the Indiana Sickle Cell Consortium's Advocacy Day at the Statehouse. I was completely overjoyed that day, you guys. I came home. I had so many messages, so many interactions, so many people reaching out to me with positivity, words of affirmation, stories of inspiration. And it has been an absolute wonderful week. I feel like I've been on cloud nine ever since Monday. It's almost Friday. Um, but as the recognized face of Sickle Cell Indiana, it is my duty to advocate for those like myself. My mission is to be seen for the unseen and heard for the unheard. And I have done this for the past 6 years with the ISCC. This year, we had 188 registrations, you guys. We captured 10 blood donations, which saves up to 30 lives. Thank you so much. One of them was my mama. Thank you, Ma. We captured at least 17 viewers on the live stream, the very first live stream ever for the ISCC's Advocacy Day on the ISCC Facebook page. Those viewers, you guys, they needed to see us. They needed to see us screaming, sickle cell can't wait inside of our state house. Okay. They needed us. One of those viewers was a pillar in the sickle cell community himself, Gary Gibson. Thank you, Gary, for being present. Thank you for your continued leadership and guidance and mentorship in the space of sickle cell advocacy. And we appreciate that you were able to view and join along with us from the comfort of your own home. Another watching was a mother watching from a hospital with her son who was in crisis. We touched her just by being available, just by doing what we were doing and live streaming it. She shared her heart of hearts in the comments, and she was quickly surrounded by other community members like my friend Cherise. Hey, Cherise. Cherise is an outstanding sickle cell community member herself. She takes such excellent care of her young warrior, Giannis, with holistic and natural remedies that I just marvel at. And I look forward to seeing who he becomes as indeed a future leader in the sickle cell community. Another viewer was my daddy. Hey, Daddy. Thanks for watching, Daddy. Love you, Daddy. Some feedback I received spoke of how this year's Advocacy Day felt, quote, cohesive, authentic, and collaborative. I realize it's impossible to name every name. However, I truly believe that everybody is somebody. And I just wanted to take a moment of personal privilege to honor some champions for sickle cell who, without their help, this Advocacy Day would have never been possible. Thank you to the Indiana Sickle Cell Consortium. Thank you to the Advocacy Day Committee. Thank you to my co-chair, Lisa Hoffman. Thank you to the live stream subcommittee, which included Robin Grimes and Kyle Bellinger. Thank you to the Martin Center Sickle Cell Initiative for your 57 years in sickle cell advocacy. Thank you to Ms. Jackie and Thomasina from Secure Networks. Thank you to the North Central Sickle Cell Initiative. Hi, guys. Thank you to Beacon Children's Hospital. Thank you to Parkview Health. Thank you to Innovative Hematology. Thank you to Versity Blood Center of Indiana. Thank you to NMDP. Thank you to Representative Greg Porter. Thank you to Representative Earl Harris, who is also the chair of the Indiana Black Legislative Caucus. Thank you to Representative John Bartlett. Thank you to Senator Andrea Hunley. Thank you to Gloria Sachdev, the Secretary of Health and Family Services. Thank you to Representative Cherish Pryor. Thank you to Jade Parker Dinkins. Thank you to Isaiah Farrow. Thank you to Halima Ohanian. Thank you to Dr. Grady Wicker. Thank you to Alfreda Robbins and Travail with Us. Thank you to Denise Richardson Johnson, and thank you to Micah Johnson. Thank you to the Cobb family. Thank you, David Dykes. Thank you, Lynette Rock. Thank you, Frank Rock. Thank you to Reverend Joan Richardson. Thank you to Coach Derek Jenkins. Thank you to Witherspoon Presbyterian Church. Thank you to Pastor Winterborn Harrison Jones. Thank you to Queen Keisha Dixon. Thank you to Robert Martin. Thank you to Elder Kathy Jordan. Thank you to Jane Ellis. Thank you to Sharon Bunch. Thank you to Will Blanchard. Thank you to Cherie Smith. Thank you to Sarah Falia. Thank you to Gary Gibson. Thank you to Dr. Onita. Thank you to Anthony Harvey. Thank you to Reverend Josh and the Black Church Coalition. Thank you to Terry Baptiste. And thank you to everyone who had a hand in making this very important day immensely successful. Your voice matters. I mentioned in my keynote speech on the overall state of sickle cell that America has a long history of ignoring sickle cell, and the most recent Trump administration gutted the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and slashed crucial funding for completely necessary sickle cell research. Well, how about some good news? Just since Monday, on Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026, the House of Representatives passed a package of bills providing funding for government programs for the fiscal year. All three federal sickle cell disease programs were maintained with the same funding levels as years prior. This includes $8.2 million for the Health Resources and Services Administration, or HRSA's, Sickle Cell Disease Treatment Demonstration Program, $7 million for HRSA's Sickle Cell Disease Newborn Screening Follow-up Program, and $6 million for the CDC's Sickle Cell Data Collection Program. That means we are back in business. The package also included other SCDAA priorities, such as the Sickle Cell Disease and Other Heritable Blood Disorders Research, Surveillance, Prevention, and Treatment Act. Thank you to all who advanced and advocated for this legislation, with special thanks to our congressional champions, Senators Tim Scott and Cory Booker, Representatives John James, Danny Davis, Jen Kiggins, Troy Carter, and Mark Vesey for helping to get this bill across the finish line, as well as the Accelerating Kids Access to Care Act, which creates a process by which to streamline access to out-of-state care for children with medically complex conditions insured by Medicaid or the Children's Health Insurance Program, or CHIP. This legislation was championed by Chuck Grassley and Michael Bennett and Representatives Trahan and Miller Meeks. From my heart of hearts to yours, thank you.